I'll walk through the valleys of the wilderness in time, only to find you have love in places that I can't even describe. 'Cause I can't be without you. No, I can't be without you.
My name's Sammy, DJ Leopard, and I'm 23 years old. I live in Denver, Colorado. I'm originally from McAllen, Texas, down south in Texas, right on the border of Texas and Mexico. Lived there until I was around 15, 16 years old, and then my parents split up, so I moved up to San Antonio with my mom. The relationship with my mom was always really close. I mean, she was the most amazing lady you'd ever meet. She barely spoke English, but even with that, like, she'd make such an impact on you. She was just so nice and so genuine, and she'd make you laugh. She'd be there with you in your hard times and the best times, and she'd never fail you. She'd always be there, no matter what. So when my parents split up, I mean, obviously, it was tough. I mean, it was like you have a Hispanic lady coming into this new town where nobody knows her, and it was really hard getting her a job. And I was the one always translating, trying to figure it out. And so then she finally got one, but she was always taken advantage of. So I was like, you know what? It's hard just watching and sitting here. So I'm gonna create my own entertainment group and make some money, so you don't have to worry too much on the bills and like taking care of me. Like, I'll be able to support myself and support you. And she was like, thank you. And so we started this thing called El Kepa Show, and I did weddings, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, everything. And I was doing the choreographies, DJing, all these Las Vegas style shows, and it was really good. It was really profitable. Sadly, she never went to one of my events. She was always busy working. And then she passed away, a year after that started. So it was kind of sad. I mean, it was like I created all this for her and for myself as well, but for her more than anything, to make her proud and to be able to sustain ourselves financially. And she never got to see a show, so I was kind of always bummed out about that. It was a sudden thing. I mean, she was going down to visit some family from San Antonio to McAllen, and she was going to spend the day and then come back at night. And so I have this really bad problem of waking up in the morning, really bad. I have like 5 alarm clocks in the morning to wake me up. And she always called me in the morning before work, she left to work, and she'd be like, hey, wake up, get ready for school. And so she did the same that day. And she was like, I just want to let you know that I love you. I'll see you back when I get home. And I left you some breakfast. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. It was like at 8 a.m. And she crashed. And right after our talk, and I think the report was like at 8:05. So I never know if it was my fault or, like I have that in the back of my head. But at the same time, I feel blessed that I was able to hear her right before,
Yeah.
But I was the last one to find out.
Through all the space and time, your love is final. The sun don't shine without you, yeah, without you. When I saw you rise the other day, I felt my worries, they just seemed to melt away into you. Oh, into you, oh, yeah. Singing the sun don't shine, the sun don't shine, no, sun don't shine, the sun don't shine without you.
So when I travel, I try to keep this somewhere with me, and it's my mom right here, piece of my mom, her ashes, and then I have an anchor and a feather, and so that represents travel by sea or by air. So it's traveling with her, and so keep it every time I travel to remind me that I am where I am because of her, and I'll keep on traveling in memory of her, and yeah. I was able to tell my story, and I was able to get a lot of support from the college I ended up going to, and they said, if you come here, like, you'll be able to find what you need and maybe even more. And so I said, okay, let's go. But I got there and all my plans just kind of started falling apart because all the things that I wanted to do weren't there anymore. So I kept feeling kind of like this sense of, I don't have any guidance, no sense of direction where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, there has to be something. And I ended up doing, I don't know if you... So I ended up going to a study abroad fair. And there was a lady there from semester at sea, and she was like, oh, okay, do you want to travel the world? I said, yeah. She says, do you want to live on a ship and travel the world? And I said, that sounds pretty good. And I said, but it's really expensive. And she's like, yeah, it could be kind of expensive, but we can work with you if you're interested. And I said, nah, it sounds too good to be true. I'll talk to you later. But then I ended up saying, why not? I mean, there's nothing holding me back. And then that one voyage turned into 4. In terms of like psychology, they say that people that have gone through traumatic events in life, they kind of hide it and you don't really notice it. And so I think a lot of it has to do with me losing my mom and kind of aspiring to be a tad bit like her. I mean, I'm in no way near what like the amazing woman that she was. I aspire to be that woman. Nah, I'm just kidding. And I just try to be open. And when you're traveling, you have to be open because there's so many differences. There's so many cultural differences, personal differences that you face. And you can either be stuck in that culture shock, or you can become a part of your travels and interact and actually experience things the way they should be. So I just open up and I talk to people, and I mean, there's different ways of traveling, and you can travel just to have fun, just to party, just to relax. But I kind of travel to learn something new. In a way, I travel to escape reality, yes, but also to continue finding what I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for, but there's a sense of like I'm continually trying to find something, and by traveling, by talking to people, by experiencing new things, I hope one day I find out what it is that I'm looking for. It's kind of such a like philosophical thing to say, like you're traveling to find something, you don't know what it is, and I think a lot of people do that too. And I think when I talk to people about semester at sea, when I was trying to recruit for the program, I was saying to them like, you're studying abroad because you want to experience new things and everything, but you're also trying to find yourself, either in terms of like a career or in terms of who you are, and you're not going to do it just staying at home, because you're stuck at this horizontal perspective that you are by where you are and by who you're with. So by broadening that, you're broadening your perspectives. And it's these little things that kind of like motivate you to do certain things in your life, like travel. It's like everybody's faced like some type of shit in their life, and I think traveling is definitely a remedy for it. Obviously, we're not all rich that we can do it, but there's always ways. There's always ways.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I dig down deep when I say I love you, and I can hold my own with the best of them. I guarantee you will never see nothing like this again. California, I bet it wakes you from all of the darkness that I couldn't break through. But I'm gonna miss you, yeah, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you, yeah, I'm gonna miss you. Don't you know that I did the things I could? I rubbed your back when you were sleeping, and all along, baby, it was understood.
Yeah, just keep talking, keep walking.
that you were
Because
leaving.
I'm gonna edit. Yeah, I was gonna
Absolutely, since the very first day we met. California